The Crypto Sniper, Francis, here with you all. How are you all doing? Hope you had a good weekend. We have been in Factom for a while. Just want to show you some of the history from our premium boards on the Trading Metamorphosis program. Good draw from one of my students, Angus. Big shout out to him. Was highlighting how we were going to have 14 was going to be a long-term target that was going to be made from an original setup. I'm actually going to show you that draw. I've changed it slightly in terms of his interpretation, but we'll get it up. And then we were watching it very, very closely. I was in Factom at this point once we saw this squeeze within our expected squeeze. That's this chart over here, and you can see that in a bigger way. In fact, if I do that, and that squeeze within a squeeze is very powerful because it is a volatility point and event. So we're all about the volatility, and that was the squeeze within the squeeze on Factom. And the targets were quite substantial. We were looking at the better part. So this is our premium Basecamp board, where you would belong if you were part of our Trading Metamorphosis program. It's a draw I did. That was a private share on TradingView. Doubt anyone outside of my premium people would have seen this, but this was progress subsequently after the week was moving. Let's zoom in a little bit, and you can see there was our primer, our squeeze within the squeeze. That was your actual break of the main pattern, and we were looking for 15 fives to be run, and that's where we were at the time. We had a nice little run up almost to second interim, then we pulled back to first. Then we had another run up, so we looked like we were winding up again to make it up to the higher grounds. And let's just pop on and see how it's doing, Factom. And that's how it's doing. In terms of that little up move, it didn't need much. It's topped out very closely at about the same level. So there's been some selling at that 13.5 level, which means now, having gone through it, you've probably got a reasonable layer of support. You can see that's quite a high inclining setup like that. So it was very much about resistance at the 13.3s. And it seems now you're up here, and you have moved through. So that will have run that second interim. So this is now the live chart that I'm on. If someone can explain to me how I can get this to full size, it will be really cool. Let me just see. Maybe I should test scale properties. Oh, never mind. So I'm sure one of you guys a lot smarter than me on TradingView will tell me how to do that. So leave a comment in the bottom if you do, and you know it would be nicer for these clips if I have a bigger chart view. Let's take that line away. We want the cursor and pull it down, 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 down. So the scaling for your target is going to be up top here. Like that. And we have now run the second interim, which is down to there. Which means we may have a bit of a pullback now. So be careful about when you time. It's for us, we only get in early for the higher rewards. So other people that don't have the methodology or the mindset we have, be cautioned against charging in. You may just get straight into a pullback, and you could get shaken out before making the run through target that we expect of 15.5 on Factom. So that'll be quite a nice little earner, because we were getting in I got in 10.9s to 15.5s. You're going to be close to 45% odd, maybe knocking on the door 50, not quite, on Factom. So that's looking good. Keep it in your long-term watch list, by the way. Keep it in your long-term watch list. This was the draw, by the way, that I did, that I said I'd redo, or that Angus was highlighting. That should have been the 3 high for me. So I'll drop to the daily to show you this final impulse, but that was actually the target at about 11.7. So I think his funnel was a bit wide there, but it was a good spot on his behalf, and the draw I would have had would have looked something like that. And note how the 0.4, the 4 perfect round number, is the axis, and that was your little high there, high 3 and low 3 for my guys, and you project up from there. So just shy of the 12 and that line is running through that pattern now. If you take it to the time frame we're on at the moment, which I think is the 45-minute, you'll see how that legacy target ran straight through this high. Perfect. You can see that. So you would have made that target, and since then you've been in a wind up for going to upside. So for those of you that think that's just an amazing bin of lines, that's the line that's been projected from the history. And you would have had that run up, and you would have taken money off the table. Then you would have had pulled quite a good pullback, 12 all the way back down. Could have started collecting if you were super lucky at the 8.5s, and you certainly could have got in at the 10.9. So you could have had your money elsewhere, having sold at the 12s, and got in back at the 10.9s for your next 50% move. This is how you add value using HVF method, and I hope some of you appreciate what we're trying to illustrate here in terms of the methodology and what a difference this can make, particularly. So quick word, I'm the trader first, I'm a technical analyst second, and I am the 3 T's, a teacher third. So it's always about the trade. What's the trade? We turn to the charts for the trade. That's the technical analyst bit. And I love teaching because by talking through what I do, it actually clarifies it further for me, and I help other people, which is a cool thing. The 3 things you need is mentality. That means combination of self-awareness. That usually goes hand in hand with methodology, a methodology that you can work that protects you from emotional trading and reacting, chasing the bus, etc., etc. So the 2 M's, you need 3 M's. You need mentality, methodology, and market. Right here, right now, you have the crypto market as the perfect market for powerful trending markets with continuation patterns. Our methodology is geared towards exactly that, and it protects you from yourself. You don't chase markets, you submit to process, and you get in early, and you'll be taking entries in here. After I didn't trade this, by the way, I wasn't in crypto wave 2016, still honing my skills in all the other markets, but this works particularly well in the crypto market. So you would have taken targets off there, you would have sat out the sustained period, and this was back in June, the 6th of June. You would have been able to sit in Ethereum, which was still having a good run, for example, and then got back in over here. Okay, that's Factom. That's your clip. Hope you're enjoying this. By the way, follow at the Crypto Sniper. So all crypto commentary will no longer go through the Market Sniper, at the Market Sniper. Follow that for general technical analysis, sure, but crypto specific at the Crypto Sniper on Twitter. Hope you enjoy the clip, and we'll be talking to you about many other things as time allows. Get in touch on, by the way, final little commercial message. Get in touch on Contact Us, the Market Sniper. Fill in the form and book a slot to have a chat with me about getting involved with learning how to do this for yourself, being part of a community where the ideas are being put forward all the time, and getting the premium views from me. Anyway, have a good summer day, nice and toasty over here in the UK, and stay in the game. Don't get shaken out. That's the key thing.